Put everything in there. Put everything in there. I have no idea why they obey some commands and they ignore others, you know? Like, I've told these ones to dig, and these ones all at the same priority as these ones, but these ones I did last, of all things. And they're doing them first. We won't do that for now. We'll put some tiles in eventually up here. In fact, if I do that, that just reminds me later on. See, because I've started to dig out there, so once I've... Oh, look, they harvest automatically now. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, we've got one unrefrigerated meal lice. Oh, look, it's slowly growing. So these I'm going to turn into lice loaves continuously. So whenever these made available, someone will hoover it up, take it up to the microbe musher, and turn it into lunch, basically. Here you go, delivered meal lice, delivered water, delivered meal lice. So there's some food being created. It looks so bad. It looks really, really dodgy. As it strained out the bottom of it. Lovely. So, because I've just broken through into here, the oxygen's starting to permeate through. As I said before, oxygen rises and carbon dioxide sinks. So, the oxygen, the carbon dioxide is being converted into oxygen by the terrarium, which is great. Ah, I was wondering why I couldn't place something there, because one of those dudes are there. That's fine. Wires. Ah, I forgot to do that one. Yeah, that's fine. Research. I'm not actually going to tell them to do research for now. Until I get the big machine up and going, there's not really much point. So, I'm going to leave that there for now. Ladders. Yeah, once I've got the big machine going, I can tell them to research on both machines, or I can tell them to research on one and then the other. I've kind of done a bit of both in the past. It depends on how you look for people that have decent stats for research. So at the moment, I've only got really one person that's good for research. So what I'll normally tell them to do is, actually I will do it, because I have only one person. So sanitation, the deodorizer, right. So, because I've only got one person that's good at research, I'll get them to research everything on the one station first, and then once that's done, and then get them to go, I disable the building temporarily, and then get them to go over onto the other machine. So that way, you're just maximizing their stat of being a great researcher. And you're not wasting someone else's time who's not a great researcher. Meal loaf, 2,000 calories, nice. So I wonder if the fridge comes with sanitation. No. Meal prep. Okay, so I'm going to get sanitation done first, and then I'll work to meal prep. Because, I mean, the worst thing is now, we've got production of food, but we've got no decent way to store it, and the bad polluted oxygen is starting to permeate through. So I'm actually just going to close this one up a little bit. Or put it on automatic at least. Oh yeah, because look, it's starting to seep through. So once that is sorted... Oh, right, okay, so algae now produces slime lung. Okay, that's something I didn't know before. So is this algae... Oh, right, only when it's a tile does it produce slime lung. Interesting. Yeah, look, they've got little colonies of... Oh, my word, look at all of that. Wow. Yeah, and down here as well. Is that all algae again? Yeah. Okay, so I have to be careful when I go into slime areas now, due to the amount of slime lung it obviously produces. What are dusk caps? Dusk caps can produce mushrooms, fungal growths that can be harvested for food. Oh, okay, they're pretty cool. That's a new type of food I haven't seen before. So I can assign this machine to someone, but I have no idea what it does. So who's the most diverse out of all of them at the moment. So Spider's a level 4, Billy's a level 9, and Hayes is a level 6. So let's assign Spider to it. I have no idea what this thing does. Oh, I love the little padlock that gets put on the doors now. That's pretty cool. I don't even know if they can climb through there, if I'm honest. Disinfecting the water. Great. They're just slowly plodding on with tasks at the moment. Picking up meal lice, delivering meal lice. Picking up water. Hey, we got a new duplicate. Okay, ooh, this one's pretty good. Decor expectation again is really high. Ugly crier, irritable bowel, lovely. Uncultured, refuses to do job art. Mole hands. Makes them great at digging. It's not bad. I mean, of everyone, this one's a really good one as well, but the decor expectation is pretty quite high at the moment. Can I close this? Yeah, I can come back to it. So, let's have a look. So, decor at the moment is what? It can't be huge. 38, 40... So for the areas that they're going to work in, it's going to be okay. Wow, decor is really high up here. And in with the mushrooms, apparently. Oh, and wherever these are, it also increases the decor. That's nice. That's pretty cool. So what I might actually do, I'm going to take the risk. I might regret this later on, but hey, it's all part of the fun and games. So this guy's got noodle arms, which reduces his strength, which reduces his carrying weight. But he's really athletic, and he's got quite a high immunity. His food quality is good. His stress response is a binge eater. That's fine. I can deal with eating excessive amounts of food because I've got a farm on the go. So we now have another duplicate. So I'm going to change the wash basin to a new position. I wonder if that... What does that come on? Medicine, maybe? Yeah, wash basin. So I'm going to finally get rid of this ration box. Let's deconstruct it. I'm going to put a wash basin here. Oh, that would happen, wouldn't it? So Devon's got nowhere to sleep. I suppose that's... Well, that is completely my bad. I should have checked how close the cycle was to ending, but he's going to wake up with a bad back. I'm going to then get rid of the wash basin. I didn't realise quite how high it is as well, so I couldn't put any more art in there. But it's good to see that the batteries are providing enough power to keep the lights on overnight at least as well. Oh, jeez, I thought that thing had just eaten that thing. Yeah, so he's now woken up with a sore back. Okay, so let's put the wash basin here. And we'll deconstruct this one. And we'll put a new cot in here. I could have carried on probably with 3, but everyone had tasks so much that outstanding things like digging wasn't getting done. So I thought it'd just be best go up to 4 for now. There's cots. I really should learn where things are better. Furniture? Yeah, it makes sense that it's furniture. Stick a cot in here. And we'll stick another canvas in above their bed. So the funny little thing about these cracks when you see them in the tiles, it normally means there's something in there. So there we go, there's a buried object, it actually says on there now. It can normally be one of these little dudes that we saw down here that just pops up and eats stuff. Sometimes it can just be sand that just drops down. It could be all sorts of things. still not getting enough air. Okay. So I'm actually going to force air in here now. Let's get rid of the algae to... Do these actually emit CO2? It used to be that it actually outputted CO2. No, it don't anymore, by the looks of it. Mealwoods produce meal lice, an oddly wriggly grain that can be harvested for food. Okay, so I'm actually going to get rid of the terrarium. And I'm going to put an algae deodorizer in here. So that is going to increase the air pressure in this area here, which is good. I mean, by the looks of it as well, there isn't it's barely breathable where they sleep now, and it's unbreathable in parts down here. So actually, I was going to say, let's make that a high priority, but they're already building it. Oh, yep, of course we need to connect it up. Connect it up is wiring. Wiring is power. Power is phenomenal. Phenomenal cosmic power. Make that high priority and make sure they build that quick. Brilliant. So it just needs oxygen, algae being delivered to it. Come on, come on. Come on. That's it. We're now cooking on gas. That's it. Pressure is rising. Oxygen. There we go. It's slowly seeping through now. Slowly starting to turn blue. Brilliant. What's blobbing here? Nope, let's get rid of that. Oh god! Loads of sand seeped through. Where the hell did that come from? It must have come through here before the roof was put in. That needs to be dug out urgently, otherwise... Oh no! They've got nowhere to sleep! Oh man. God damn it. Okay, so when the roof collapsed and the sand poured in, it blocked off this doorway, and in blocking off this doorway has prevented them a route to get into where they need to sleep. Once this had been dug through, they would have been able to come up here and round. Why do they make a mess? They have an uncontrollable bladder? Strange. Oh no, they've built a ladder. They've come down with no way to build up. Okay, so there we go. Okay, let's mop up that as well. Well, that was a bit disastrous. I have to keep an eye on the stress now. With everyone having a bad back, they can get stressed out really quickly. So, yeah, the oxygen's now at a really nice level. Once they dig these tiles away up here, they'll have a nice level of O2, oxygen down here as well. We really need to mine these away. Come on, people. I'm going to set that quite a high priority. Priority 9. So this little bar down here, everything that you do has a priority. And no matter what you do, when you tell them to build something, you can a priority bar sometimes appears. So at the moment, like for example, I want them to build wires, you see the priority bar appears here. So you can set them how urgently you want them to start building it. So for example, at the moment, digging is set to priority 5. So at the moment, if there's anything that's set with a higher priority, which in the moment is just filling this with algae, which is at 6, they will dig at an equal level to everything else. So you can, if you urgently need them to do something, so like I need them to urgently get rid of this because at the moment they still got nowhere to sleep. So I'm going to make this a priority 9 and tell them to dig these. So that means someone down here or someone doing something else should stop and come and do it. So there we go. I think Billy's coming up to do it. Yeah, all of them are doing it. That's fine. So that's fine. That's brilliant. They've now got places to sleep. Excellent.